So when you have this perception of what a man is supposed to be sacrificing, you use that in our video that we did together on my channel as a collab. But you talked about the sacrifice where men have to sacrifice their time, their bodies, their safety, and a lot of times their emotions. Like they are the rock, the emotional rock of the family. And so a lot of people grew up never seeing their dad cry or their grandfather, whoever was the present male force in their life. And so they associate that with strength, with being a pillar of strength. And so...
Nah. This is what we did. Okay, so the man is a logical thinker. He needs to be the logical rock of the family, okay? This is what we differ at. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like a man should be explaining to his woman on how these roles should be going. Now, what little baby say? Hold on.
I think when you see a man be vulnerable.
Yeah, a man crying. There we go. A man crying. You know what makes me cry? Making videos. When I made certain videos today, right? And it inspired my brother, Michael Carter, my best friend, to make videos. He had this little thing going on where he couldn't make videos. He didn't know what was important. He said, I inspired him to see my brother shine, to see my brother realize that he's the man, that he can do something. He can do something that he wasn't really with, that he couldn't do. You know what I'm saying? That's the shit that makes me cry. To know that I touched somebody, that I got somebody, that you know what I'm saying, that I made somebody want to do better, want to do more things with their life, want to get that message out there. Because Mike is a smart dude. Mike gets his shit done. Mike is a knowledgeable guy. I was sitting back thinking why he ain't never posted up a YouTube vid. Because, you know, he one of the smartest guys I know, especially when it comes down to business. Now, the vulnerable thing, the reason why men ain't too vulnerable, ain't no woman gonna want no bitch in no relationship. Come on now. We gotta keep a masculine frame. It's okay to laugh and do shit here and there, but you want a man to be confused. You know what I'm saying? You backwards right now, baby. You backwards. The man should be sitting you down. Look at that dumbass look on her face. A man should be sitting you down and telling you like, this is how this thing gonna be run, and this how it's gonna go. This how our family is. This how our structure is. You know, he's supposed to be a rock. If a man is always vulnerable and crying and always opening up and not putting his fucking foot down, then what the fuck? You're not gonna find this man attractive. I'm just gonna be honest. You're not gonna find a man like this attractive. A vulnerable nigga. You gonna tell this nigga he too soft. What's wrong with you, nigga? That's what you gonna tell that man. That's what you gonna tell him. And why he over here being a softy, vulnerable nigga, you gonna be out with the nigga that can keep his masculine frame, the alpha. And you gonna be fucking and shucking him. Yes. Give him all your sexual attention. And while this buddy at home, while buddy right here to my right and home like, buddy to my right, you gonna be like, baby, you wanna have some sex? And she gonna be like, no, not tonight. And then he gonna be like, okay, I can wait. Fuck out of here.
Even though you acknowledge that it's healthy for them, it also starts to create this seed of doubt in your mind because all that you've been conditioned to believe about.
Man, look, your woman gotta be on go. I if this is your woman, dog, she has to be on go all the time. And when a woman looks at a man, a woman knows who she gonna be with in the matter 10 to 15 seconds of looking at a nigga. And she giving you attention, and she giving you the eye, she wanna be with you. You ain't gotta change up nothing. Just be your goddamn self. You ain't gotta change up shit. You know what I'm saying? Because she chose you for a fucking reason. Now, she will try to change you. You ain't gotta change shit. If you been yourself, you always will be yourself. Okay? Just don't change up for no woman, man. Damn.
Masculinity says that this pillar is not supposed to bend, break, or saw. I mean, one of my favorite philosophers says this, that what we often tend to do in relationships is that we use vulnerability the wrong times. So I'm vulnerable at your expense versus I'm vulnerable to be informative. So an example of that is, hey, just so you know, when I get around bright lights, I start biting people. I'm informing you in a vulnerable sense. I'm informing you before anything has happened. Versus the light went on, I started biting you, now you're hurt, and now I'm trying to explain to you why it is that I bite with bright lights.
Okay.
Basically what she's trying to say is, hey, I'm gonna use a different scenario. You see, she say y'all, they was talking about polygamy, right? And this man to my right says, hey, I like to have more than one woman in my life. You know what I'm saying? He's laying down the groundwork, he's laying down the rules. And he's telling her, he's like, if this doesn't happen, then I'm gonna head out your life. Basically, that's basically what's going on. We have nothing else to talk about. This not gonna happen. X, Y, and Z doesn't happen. Now, what she's saying is, nigga, put your foot down. And this nigga, I feel like he really doesn't know what she's talking about. He just saying right. I really feel like he doesn't know what she's talking about. That's how I feel. I really feel like he doesn't know.
So that happens a lot, where people have to then be emotionally available for somebody who has harmed them.
Okay.
You're expecting empathy from somebody whom is your attacker.
Less interested.
You hear that? Listen. She's a woman telling him this, right? So what she basically just said, nigga, if I'm attacking you, you expecting me to show you empathy. That's what she just told him. And this nigga like, right. He does not understand what she's saying. He doesn't understand what she's saying at all. And he just saying right. Nigga, she basically trying to teach you, bro. Nigga, you need to toughen your ass up. That's what you trying to tell this man. And this nigga just saying right. He does not understand what she's saying. He haven't came back at her. He ain't say, look, this is what I really think. What do you mean when you say this? Do you mean like that? He's not asking no questions. He just letting her talk.
No. I love someone who's like open and is sharing their
lies,
their life stories.
Depends on what you're opening up about.
If she really loves somebody, she would name the nigga off the top. I'm dating this guy and he shows his emotions, his vulnerabilities, and all this other goofy shit.
If that's something like, say it could be also a sore spot for that person to deal with.
If you engage in a relationship and it's starting, they may not be at a point yet where they're ready to hear some information about your personal life. And that doesn't mean that they're wrong. You know, there are certain aspects of yourself that you have to...
Does it miss there's some communication problems, though. But okay.
Gradually let people in incrementally. Some people are not ready to...
No, shit that's in y'all brain, in you men's brains, that y'all got going on. Y'all need to solve that shit y'all damn selves. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, I got hurt last time by this girl, and I just don't want this to happen again. I want you to trust me. No, nigga, no. You supposed to educate yourself. Educate yourself on women's nature and man's nature. That's what you're supposed to do. You're not supposed to be like, girl, I just don't want you to hurt me like how my last girl hurt me and shit like that. Now she know you weak. She know you weak. She look at how she looking at this nigga, man. Come on, man. Now she know you weak, y'all. You do not want to look like no weak man in front of no woman.
Hear about
Yes.
So many experiences. So I respect
that makes you beta.
That. For me personally, I will share with someone when I truly feel ready. I had society put pressure on me, telling me I needed to be more emotional, and I hated it. But I decided to do it because I was told that was the right thing. And what I found personally is I felt like I was violating myself and my own boundaries in order to appease what the world thought I should do.
There you go. You think like a man.
Now, I'm very patient with it. And if a girl kind of pressures me, I'll be like, I'll get to it when I'm ready. Just
like a man.
No, I'm not there yet. And that looks better for me.
We all love it when our men are vulnerable and show
That bitch lying.
emotion, right? Well, according to singer Rihanna, it depends what they're
Look at this man. Nigga soft as tissue paper. She dating a bitch.
crying about. That's right.
not know how to take that shit. I do not know who the fuck says some shit like that, first of all. But if I was to break it down in logical terms, I'd be like, man, nigga, what you crying for? Nigga, you gotta move on bigger and better things, because life moves on. I hope she got that mindset, because that's the kind of mindset I would have, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Life moves on. God damn.
Yes, Rihanna. Yes, Riri.
Look at them applauding that dumb shit. That's a dumbass quote.
Could you imagine somebody says you and you start weeping? I'm sorry, I think that there is a time and a place for everything, and I think if you have such uncontrollable emotion when it comes to that person that you can't even control it to not do it in front of your current spouse, that you might still have some type of feelings for that.
Well, she dead. You feel competition over a dead woman. Get the fuck out of here. Look at buddy to the left. My man's like, you are really fucking crazy. Look, these men are thinking things. Look how they crossing their hands. They ain't saying shit. Look at them like softies and shit. Like, why are these niggas saying that? You know why? Because they bring them on the show not to say shit. They give them a check not to say shit.
100,000%.
Look, he's like, man, I want to say something so fucking bad.
I agree.
And shit, I'll be blue too, my nigga.
Okay, hold on. Hold on. So, hold on.
My man's got $6. That's your woman right there, bro? Guess when my boy right here go home, you can like, girl, why you cheating on me? Ain't gonna pop a tie?
So, do you want...
Stupid.
2 times in our 9-year marriage that I've seen Freddie cry. One was the passing of his father, and then the other before
Natural. Nothing wrong with that.
that was the day we got married. Yeah. So
It's a very warm moment.
if I were to see this man next to me cry over another.
I've often heard women say,
I hope she means another chicken, not his mother.
I got to see him cry on her wedding day or this, and it made the woman feel special. Mm-hmm. And sometimes I often feel like men's emotions are almost fetishized.
Yes.
By women, in the sense that, like, oh, he let me see that, I feel special.
Yes.
He's only letting me see that. And so what you realize is that there isn't that much space for men's emotions in those relationships. And it's crazy. I see a lot of older couples, and you'll realize in a lot of older couples, the man never speaks. The man rarely says anything, and the woman takes up all the emotional space in the conversation. Am I?
That's true. The man never really speaks. Shit, he just here to get his shit done, and that's it.
Wrong? No. The women take up all the emotional space, and the guys have just kind of understood that their emotions are secondary, and so they keep.
I really don't think that. I feel like when guys don't speak, it's because they see all the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? They see all the bullshit that you don't see. It was like me and my father. You know what I'm saying? When my mom get to talking, he just go ahead and let her run her mouth and shit like that, right? And my father would not say a word. He just let her do her thing. But when the man does speak, it's when some shit is not correct. When something's not correct and he knows it's not correct, that's when he open his jaw and he'll speak. You know what I'm saying? No, you gotta pick your battles, man.
Keep to themselves. I'm not saying this to criticize women. This is like me trying to tackle this issue because I'm trying to understand what I'm going through and what society's telling me and the reality I keep facing and what a lot of men keep facing. And so what you realize is that there isn't that much space for men's emotions in those relationships. It's more so about the woman getting to feel special. And
that's okay. You should make your woman feel special. As long as you're comfortable with yourself, you should be straight.
So
That's pretty much it. If a man is comfortable with himself, anything else is just secondary. Well, you know what I put above the woman? Business. I put business above a woman. I put money above a woman. I put things that matters for me above the woman. Cause look, her right there, she can replace a nigga in a heartbeat. A heartbeat. She ain't gonna think about your ass. She gonna kick you to the curb. You gotta put success and power over the woman so the woman can come at your feet. You gotta put God over the woman too. Put God over the woman, my nigga. God, your business. If you ain't got no family, your business. You know what I'm saying? Kids. Your woman.
almost devalues the male experience and it perverts it. That's something.
You gotta really have a special bond to really value your woman, man. You gotta have a really special bond to value your woman or your women. Very special. You can't just get one of these random bras and then automatically value her off the bat. She gotta prove her worth, man. This ain't clockwork. You know what I'm saying? She gotta prove her worth. She should prove why she should be around. And you can, and how you prove it is stand on your business on why she should choose you. She got no with or without her, you still gonna be on your business. And while she with you in a relationship, you still gotta be on your business. I had a chick today. She was asking me why I wouldn't stay and talk to her. I told her because I'm about to go handle my business. That's what I told her. And she respect that shit. She's talking about she gonna hit me up tonight. Guess what? She hit me up.
I've experienced it before, for sure.
Well, I think it probably would exist on both ends, right? Like, there's going to be times that we all enjoy or delight in someone's pain if it's directed in a way that makes us feel better about ourselves. For example, I went to go see the Joker. And in the Joker, I sat beside a Joker wannabe. And this is a joke now, but I was bawling in the theaters. Because this guy, I live in America, and he had a black backpack that he sat on his lap. He stared at me for the bulk of the film. He said to me at one point, I just want to see how you're going to react to this point. He knew the words to the movie before the words would come out. He sang along to the songs. He would say the punchline before the Joker said the punchline.
Seen the movie already.
But you stayed for the whole movie?
Because I felt like if I got up, because even my husband was sitting beside me, and Jared was like, do you need me to move? But I'm like, I felt I was responsible for the livelihood of the theater.
Okay. I get where you going with this, but shit. If this crazy ass nigga standing at my woman, I would tell his ass, hey man, try somebody else, man. We just trying to sit here and have a good movie. You know, a soft tone will break away wrath. It's in the Bible. All you gotta do is tell a woman. All your man had to do was say, hey, we just trying to have a good time at this movie. How about try her over there, or talk to her over there. You know what I'm saying? This little shit, you can stop shit from happening. I mean, if your man had the common sense. Shit, you can have got up and say, hey, I'm finna go to the bathroom. You know what I'm saying? And then, text your man, hey, come to the bathroom. We leaving this fucking movie. Gotta use your brain sometimes.
I felt like if this dude,
especially your man shouldn't have said something.
Did not feel empathy for me. I felt like if he didn't feel empathy for me and didn't see me cry, that he would blow everybody up.
What? That sounds like some crazy shit. That sounds crazy as hell. But
Let me tell you, it was one of those theaters with the reclining chairs. If I sat my chair up, he would sit his chair up.
Okay. We just have to take a second to look. I think you were dealing with a psychopath.
Yes, for
and
sure.
that's not indicative of the male regular experience. Like it's not like if I shed a tear and a girl's like collecting them. I'm like, see, women got problems. Like that's you dealt with something.
No, what I'm saying is, aside from that though, we get out of the theater. And my partner and then his brother was there as well too. Like he embraced me, and then he was just like in that moment getting to protect, right? Like getting to be that. So I think that in those moments, and that she feels safe around me, or like we're having this moment. I think that that's when a woman's emotions is seen as like sexy.
Okay, I've never looked at a woman who's vulnerable or that we can say I want to hug. I was like, I just want to make sure she's okay. That's literally one. And I never thought like this is attractive or I feel special right now. It was just like I want to make sure you're good. That's what. But maybe some men think that way.
I think that if a man can be in a protective position and they can feel like they're shielding you, and then that's an emotional release from you, there is some pleasure in that because they feel like they're getting to in turn give you support and protection. So I'm just saying that might be an example of. I think the example I first gave was spot on, but you maybe go to a second one.
Yeah, man. You know, I just come out the blue and I just give you a hug, and I want you to know that you're special. Now, you might take that hug the wrong way, but shit, I want you to know that you're special. Like, fuck out of here. What is y'all talking about? What the fuck is y'all talking about?
One.
Look, she done took this shit to a whole nother level, man.
The one about the kid.
Yes, that's spot on one.
So you repeat that one again?
When a child cries because they're going to school and have to be separated from their mother, and as much as you don't want your child to feel sad, there is something pleasurable about their sadness because you know
they love
you so much. So in that sense, like I said,
I guess that's a good example. Yeah, I would concede that.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was better than that wacko shit that you was talking about. That was way better than that wacko shit. Thank you, baby. You cute. Yeah, no.
Well, I'm a reasonable person. It sounds good.
I'll say it like I'd come and open myself, but my feelings would be directed in another way. Like I'd feel like my feelings were used to strengthen another argument.
That for that reason, I don't open up about my shit because most people, when they're not gonna have any resources, they're gonna use that against you.
I mean, I had one girl I was briefly seeing, and you guys remember this video potentially, but I told her that my father wasn't in my life any longer. I didn't explain to her how, but he just wasn't in my life. And in a heated argument where she was screaming at me and I was being very quiet, at one point she said, "This is why your father walked out on you, because you're nothing in life," not knowing that my father had passed away. And so she said that, and she used my secret against me, and I was just like, oh, okay, cool. I understand what that is. You know what, though? Like, it's a double-edged sword, because at the same time, if you want to have, really powerful relationships with people, they have to see you in some...
You know, when women are emotional, man, they say some really wild shit. I've been part of myself. Like, look, nigga, I was supposed to be a mentally fragile individual. But shit, nigga, I told myself there's a way to get through this shit. You know what I'm saying? My fucking, I remember this shit like it's yesterday, man. My mom, my grandma, even my brother's girl, my brother's wife. You know, they were all they would, say shit just like how Buddy was saying. They would say some dumb shit just like how Buddy was saying. Anything to make me feel some type of way. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers would even tell me I wouldn't make it in life. You know what I'm saying? Like, get the fuck out of here. Motherfuckers said I wouldn't even graduate high school. You know what I did that. I accomplished that. I put my foot in that. And, I did that. Motherfuckers said I was going to have kids in high school. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers said I'll be in jail. All kind of shit, man. All kind of shit. Motherfuckers, I'll be locked up. Come on, man.
Sometimes they're not most positive light.
Yeah.
And, I get what you're doing. You're being selective as to preserve yourself. But in order to be able to be as open and to have the best relations with people, you have to have that kind of depth.
And sometimes I don't need to open up. Sometimes I don't need to say all my secrets. Sometimes I don't have anything to say that like I'm just gonna say some shit. Like I have these conversations with some of my friends. Like, yeah, I said a lot of shit. Like I open up to you, but you don't never open up about me. I'm like, yo, maybe I don't need it.
Yeah.
It's not it's not a give me a secret, I give you a secret relationship. I'm here. If you need something, I'm here.
Yeah.
But doesn't mean I have to reciprocate.
This is straight facts. Your life expectancy decreases the less emotional outlets that you have, the less you express yourself.
Look, people have a really bad problem with talking to other people, man, relating to other people. That this is really becoming a fucking problem. I go about my days you know, I make YouTube videos, I read, I study, all blah, right? But I would take some time out my day to go outside and actually talk to somebody. You know what I'm saying? It would never hurt you just to have a friendly conversation with somebody. Especially if you're a man. Go relate to another man, okay? Quit looking for these women to talk to, bro. You know what I'm saying? Have you noticed how women stick together? Maybe men should stick together too. How about that? And then get your mans together and talk about vulnerability, right? And then y'all sit down at that table, and then y'all see if that shit actually work. And if all the men at that table say this shit's not really working, you know what I'm saying? But it depends on what type of girl you attract. It depends on what type of girl you have, and see if she's more attracted to you since you've been vulnerable, or less attractive since you've been vulnerable. That's what y'all should have did. Get a group of men together that y'all trust, that y'all friends, and do a test, man. Cause that's how you know if some shit works. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's damn near like, okay, so say if I stick a plug in the wall, into an electric socket, and I turn the blender on. It works. It works. So I try another thing. I stick the microwave in the wall, and it works. Then I try it one more time. I stick the coffee pot cord in the wall in the electric socket, and it works. That's a great hypothesis. That means it works. You know what I'm saying? It works. What I'm doing is showing me, my results are showing me that it works. What you guys are talking about being vulnerable, what I'm saying is it's not working. You know what I'm saying? Being vulnerable is not working. Now, like I said, you should get yourself checked. You should definitely, hang around people who got the mental frame to tell y'all what really works and what doesn't work. And then when you go try to do your own thing and you figure out it doesn't work, then you can try the other way. You can try what that man told you that doesn't work. I'm sorry you ain't had your father in your life, bro. I'm really sorry.
Less outlets you have for healthy expression of stress. In addition, your culpability in the workplace is going to decrease, especially as we have more jobs taken.
Well, I'm sorry for him passing.
Out by robotics, and now the only resource that humans really have left is our ability to work together and our ability to work maybe in very sedentary environments on
facts, work together,
team-based projects.
Yeah.
Or creative projects. And so your femininity, your vulnerability is integral to your survival in the workplace.
Okay.
How about this? Why can't a man focus on his masculine side instead of his feminine side? Men are keep continually being told to focus on their feminine side and not focus on their masculine side. If a man focus more on his masculine side, yeah, he'll be able to open up a little bit on his feminine side. But the masculine side knows bullshit when he sees it. You know what I'm saying? Being more manly. Quit trying to turn men into bitches and then run after the men that are actually men. You know what I'm saying? And some of these men ain't actually seeing what's going on out here. They not seeing what's going on out here. Don't believe what this woman is telling you, dog. Be able to comprehend. Cause this light skinned brother on the right, he showed me out throughout the video that he's able to comprehend on what she's been talking about so far.
And then on the third,
I just wish she just stopped saying right. right. Like she's right. She's not right about everything she's saying.
third basis, it makes for a healthier relationship.
Full honesty, there's
A
definitely
healthy relationship to me is when y'all are complimentary to one another, like a key and a lock.
a time in my life,
If you don't know what complimentary mean, look it up.
I'd say 10 years ago, where men have shown, the partners I was with, shown vulnerability, and I thought it was funny. And I didn't
See that? She thought he was a bitch.
think it was masculine, and
Masculine. Same shit I was just saying. Masculine.
for me it was a sign of weakness. The more I work on myself, then the more that doesn't scare me so much anymore, and it's actually strength, Because
Man, whatever, y'all. You just went from calling it weak to strength. No, you said the more I work on myself, it's strength when you work on yourself and when you do it yourself. That's your strength. A man need to be comfortable within his own skin. That should be his strength. Find what makes you comfortable. Get on YouTube. Find some males on YouTube that's talking that real, something that you can relate to, or something that you can feel, or somebody that can give you a different understanding. It's no need to be going out here doing crazy wild shit like this shit right here, making yourself vulnerable to women. like dog, get into some business, read a book, do some push-ups, something. Don't do this shit here.
Because we're part of the patriarchy. We're just as active in it, you know what I mean? Like, I think.
See that? She know her role. She telling you she part of the patriarchy. That means she's part of whatever a man got going on. She knows her role.
And that's it, we're just participating in that too. But then we're like, yes, there's totally the double standard where we're like, hey, show your emotions. And then when they do, we don't know how to deal with it.
See that double standard. Leave that shit alone.
I think it's true. I think they might be having some backlash and backfires on that because we do want men to be more vulnerable, but at the same time, it's like, ooh, don't be too vulnerable. I don't like this. Now I'm not attracted to you.
Shit, you know what? You throw a woman a little bit, and she goes a fucking nah. She writes your ass completely off. What I like to say about this is, because on my channel, I promote men have more than one woman. How you gonna have more than one woman if you a woman your damn self? You a woman trapped in a man's body. Fuck out of here.
You have to acknowledge that maybe you went too far with it.
Sure. Yeah, I definitely looked at that possibly.
See that? Look, she telling him you might yeah. You start acting like a little pussy at the end. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look, bro. I have so much respect for this brother, but goddamn, don't agree with this shit, bro.
But I mean, it's also hard to know what's too far with what person.
Nah, nigga, no. Just take that L. Hold that L.
I feel like if you're starting a sentence of like, it all began when I was 5.
Yeah, no one's going that far.
Some people, I think that I can tell you this only from a standpoint of, I look at the abuse people put on me. Abuse is I don't have a better word for it. Yeah. But if you went through my DMs right now, yeah. I literally used to have in my info box, please no DMs. Because it is just, I'm a complete stranger on the internet who's not a licensed therapist. Exactly. Not nonsense, but real problems. Okay. Like accounts of abuse, accounts of manipulation, like, and just paragraphs on paragraphs. And I'm like, I'm a stranger.
Yeah.
And
imagine what they're doing in a dating.
Shit, they just trying to get to know you.
Exactly.
Yeah, I feel you. I get you.
Y'all just being cheap.
Yeah, but for you guys, man, like, you know, hopping in girl Instagram DMs or whatever, you know, if she ain't hopping in my DMs, only way you see me hopping in another person's DMs is if I'm trying to do some business. If you ain't trying to do no business, I feel like you ain't supposed to be hopping in nobody's DMs, bro. You know what I'm saying? Focus on what you need to get done so they can hop in your damn DMs and give you some sloppy topic. You know what I'm saying? That's, you know, sloppy topic put you to sleep and knock your ass smooth out. So she can give you some ass and some sloppy topic.
Go get a therapist. And if
it's
you're
expensive.
No, not with services, not a sponsored video, but like BetterHelp or Talkspace, you can choose rates. You can actually do what you
go get a therapist so they can make you more of a pussy than you already are.
You can do it by your phone. You can do it by text messaging, which is fairly cheap. Like, there's a lot of very accessible ways to get help and a licensed professional who is paid to and equipped to help you with your problems and issues.
I think there's a misconception that men aren't capable of being
go read the Bible and tell you how to be a man.
Emotionally vulnerable. I think we quite are. I think those spaces, however, where we are vulnerable are reserved mostly just for men. And I think the big reason for that is that we communicate between each other in a way that's palatable and easier to digest.
Let me tell y'all where y'all went wrong with this shit. Alright, so it's basically like me telling a woman, hey, when we're on the phone, I really don't want nobody interrupting us while we're on the phone talking to each other. And then every time you're on the phone with her, she always interrupts you and talks to another person while y'all on the phone together. And you ask her multiple times to not do that, right? Now, at that point in time, that's when you're supposed to end the shit. Because there is a woman out there that's for you. You know what I'm saying? And what this segment is telling me is Sometimes you just don't know when to let go. That what this segment is telling me, bro.
And I don't think that happens just along gender or sex lines. It also happens along profession, social class, education levels. Like, there are certain understandings that you will have if you have a certain shared lived experience. I was in the military before, and the way we communicate amongst military personnel is very different than the way we communicated with civilians. We would have conversations in the military that if a civilian would hear, they would find abhorrent. But you have to understand, your environment shapes you. It shapes your language. And so as a result, the way we talk may seem abhorrent to them, but because we understand what kind of environment we were raised in and shaped in, there isn't that weirdness or that kind of judgmental feel that comes from it. Their language isn't necessarily our language, the same way the way women communicate amongst each other isn't the same way that men communicate amongst each other. So I think that's why.
And that's real.
Why there's this perception that men aren't vulnerable. We are, just not when you guys are around. And I've always thought it odd when people say
that's real. You're gonna be vulnerable. Don't be vulnerable around your chick. Never let them see you sweat.
Men are emotional. Actually, scientifically speaking, men are far more emotional than women.
I don't think so.
Just don't express it in the
Unless you're raised like a man, giant.
same way, and we are
Woman's trapped in a man's body.
far more.
Actually, women are more prepared. Women are getting set down by women to prepare them for life. So if a man sits down with another man and prepare them for life, then you wouldn't be caught up in your emotions and feelings.
I guess it's almost like it feels more intimate. This is just a theory, a sidebar. I think
Maybe you guys should also make videos for y'all sons and shit, sons and daughters. Because just in case something happens to you, you got a strong message for them in your videos, something like that. You know what I'm saying?
I think men
Show them what it was like when y'all was young. That's what we got cameras for.
treat their emotional sanctity the way a lot of women treat their sexual sanctity. Meaning, if a woman has sex too fast, oftentimes they can feel cheapened. If a man reveals his emotions too fast, oftentimes he'll feel like he cheapened himself.
Well, when a woman has sex, no, she does not. And she has sex too fast, she does not feel cheap. From the stories I've been told and from what I've been going through, ain't no woman ever been cheapened by me. Ain't no woman ever felt cheapened or been cheapened. They say this is what I wanted to do, and they own up to that shit. They love that shit. They do not feel cheap, but okay, brother.
And so I've had times where I've shared before I was ready, and I almost felt like I whored myself out. And so when you are
you whored yourself out. Why can't you just say that?
ready to go to that place and you're pressured into it, you feel cheap. And as far as the solution goes, I don't know what it is. I just wanted us to kind of start that discussion, to ask ourselves, do we really want men to be emotional? What does that really look like? Are we ready for it? And what are we going to lose if we encourage people to go down that? What is it going to look like?
You're going to lose your woman.
Like for relationships, for people who say they don't want traditional gender roles, but actually still live by them in a lot of ways. These are all kinds of questions that I don't have answers to, but
Thank you. I'll give you an answer. You're basically living off of how somebody else telling you how to think, my nigga. Think for your goddamn self.
I think we need to oppose. And I think, like Preach had a really beautiful way of saying what he thought the solution was. What do you think is kind of the solutions to this problem?
We got to be able to talk more. The solution is the problem. We're having a problem opening up, but the solution is opening up on both sides. I mean, women need to open up about stuff. Men need to open up about stuff without necessarily judging.
I mean, we're talking about honest conversations. Then yeah, if you're not dating, see, look, when y'all get to open up about emotions and feelings and all that shit, if I'm opening up, I'm gonna tell somebody what I truly think. Most of the things I talk about really doesn't come off of feeling. It comes off of things of what I know. You know what I'm saying? And nobody can do nothing but respect that. And it also depends on what kind of person you pick. I mean, if you want to be a vulnerable, emotional dude, you gotta make sure you find a chick that's probably the opposite of you, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Either she gotta be an alpha female, or a nigga She must really love that shit, which is far few and not too many. Shit.
Being the other, because sometimes when women open up too much, they're being deemed as crazy. And you crazy. No, sometimes they need to open up without being called crazy, and men need to be able to open up without being called weak. There's things that both parties are experiencing.
Or maybe y'all can sit back and laugh about it. You know what I'm saying? Say if I open up to my shorty right now, she called me weak, and she opened up to me, and I call her crazy, I would do nothing but laugh, because we are complimentary to each other. Yeah, there's two ways about this shit. You can be complimentary to each other, or you gotta find a way to hold yourself together, man. Put a lid on what you're talking about, and really find out the people you should really be telling these things to.
And both parties need to let know on the other side. And you can't always call a woman crazy when she's opening up. You can't always call a man weak when he's opening up. You know what I mean? Conversation.
I think that's really well said. I don't think I can say it any better than that.
Shit, when a man open up, man. So like, if he was crying over his woman, and he says, "Man, I'm fucking weak," then he knows what he needs to fix. He needs to fix himself from being weak. That's it. Like I said, it depends on who you open up to and why you open up to the person. It is something that needs to happen. If not, y'all in a relationship for the wrong reasons.
Is there any other points you wanted to add about this conversation about vulnerability?
No, I don't open up much.
Piece of shit.
Piece of shit.
So, to add to that, what I would say is, like, men, make sure that you have different avenues to talk about your emotions and whatever.
Exactly. Like I was saying, different people.
Going through. Not just your romantic partner, but your friends, right? Maybe a support group. I had an online forum I used to go to about my problems a lot of the time. So whatever it might be, build a network of different things that...
Yeah, sometimes you need that friend. Be like, you know what, man, I feel like you're being a bitch right now. Or you might need your friend to let you know, like, man, this is not something I need. This is not something you really need to be doing in life. Ask other men. You know what I'm saying? People that give you suggestions
that you can use. And the last thing I would say is thank you to Shan, who was down to do this project, to all the people who I interviewed who were down to open up about their experience. A big thank you to you guys, because I know it's not easy to admit when you were wrong or when you engaged in behavior that you think is problematic, but because we're able to talk about this, we can encourage people to have a better understanding of themselves. So yeah, that's it for today's video. Leave your comments below. We want to know, what do you think about males' emotional vulnerability? Have there ever been a time where a man's been emotionally vulnerable with you and you reacted negatively to it? Have you, as a man, shared what you were thinking and feeling and had people recoil or encourage you? I want to have a really great discussion about that.
Yes, sir. Well, thank you. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your videos. I really respect what you post. Even though I may not agree with it, but I watch y'all videos all the time. And I just sit back and laugh. Because y'all some hilarious people, man. I really hope y'all channel grow and everything. Thank you.